Hello, this is just a little video before I head to bed. Um, I just returned home from the final day of PAX Unplugged, um, and I just figured I'd go over the last little tidbits from the shorter last day. The things that happened, and then go over some of the stuff that I managed to get and bring home. Um, Apologies for the background noise. Other people are getting ready for bed. It's like 9:10 something, and I've tried to do this video like this is the fourth take. The first one, my phone ran out of space. The second one, I don't remember. The third one, someone interrupted. Anyway, so stuff. We woke up later than expected because we stayed up way later than we intended to the night before. We woke up around 10. Sean went into panic mode and decided to show off how he's learned to get ready in 5 minutes. Not an exaggeration. Sprinted out of bed, gathered his clothes, showered, dressed, and was out the door in about 5 minutes. And called an Uber for himself to get himself to the convention center because he thought he was going to miss a panel that he was interested in, and he skipped breakfast. I, on the other hand, got out of bed, packed up some stuff, got ready to, or took a shower, took a leisurely walk towards the convention center, passed by a little Christmas market, and got a really nice waffle with apple pie filling and real whipped cream topping it from a stall set up for the Christmas market. It was really good. Perfect breakfast that last day. And meandered my way over, and still made it there half an hour before the panel that he was so panicked to get to. We didn't meet up or anything. We just kind of wandered in different parts of the con before he went to his panel. I checked the RPG signups room to see if there was anything, but there was nothing that, like, timeline-wise fit with when we were planning to leave and the one panel that I was planning to go to that day, or, like, that wasn't full already, or, like, being run at that exact moment. So I wandered around the corner to see what was available for the Games on Demand table, and immediately someone goes, "Hey, do you like sci-fi and all?" Yeah, like sci-fi is a favorite. And like, cool. Are you looking for a game? Like, yeah. Come with me, and I'll sit you down at a table. I'm like, okay, cool. So we got led into the room, sat down with two other people and the GM, or three other people, I guess, two players and a GM. We were, handed pre-made character sheets to pick from, and I wound up picking out an Ogron Marine. The system was What's Old is New Sci-Fi, which is a really neat setting agnostic system that I had a lot of fun with mechanically. It's got the right amount of crunch, but makes sense and wasn't hard to learn. I have no idea how character creation looks because these were pre-mates. So who knows how character, but it made sense in general, and I liked the way it felt. And we ran. We a short adventure of us going to a bar to meet a friend, and this friend, crashing his speeder outside this bar on the space station. A space station, like the city-sized space station. So he's coming. So all of a sudden we hear this crash outside. We rush outside, and it's our friend, and he's slumped over in his speeder. And these thugs start, rushing or like driving their own speeder in our direction, and we take them out, and we bring our friend inside, and he mutters his last words, which is the name of a girl. And we go to find out who this is, and we check through all the communicators, and we find out it's this girl working at a strip club that was now in trouble because she had been friends with him, and he'd gone in to save his research associate because he was a scientist and who had been captured by the gang that ran the club. And now, because by association, this girl was in trouble, and we had to get her and the injured, battered, interrogated other scientist out. And then we went to, try and stop them from getting the thing that they wanted from these scientists, which was like a T-virus kind of thing that did cell regeneration, or maybe that was the G-virus, or both. I know it is one of the first 2 Resident Evil viruses. And we ran into like researcher zombies, and that was kind of the end of it, because that was, where the game stopped, or where this one-shot stopped, and we ran out of time. But it was a ton of fun. I loved the way the system flowed, and I would highly recommend it. I really hope, it's got a fantasy, a modern, and a sci-fi variant of the core rulebooks. I don't know if there's a generic core rulebook as well, but it's all basically the same system, and is really good. And after that, I went to the panel Take Your Fucking Turn, which should be up on... Let's see, I grabbed this in the room, and I believe this was from the frontrowcrew.com. I believe they intend to put up the panel and the slides from it, which was all about game design and speed of a game versus fun of a game, and like the ratio and what makes a game fun, what makes a game long. It was really interesting, and I recommend checking out the panel. They said it should be up on YouTube around Monday. And finally, I wanted to go over some stuff for there's some of the stuff that I got at the con, and if you'll give me just a second. Okay, so we'll begin with this stuff that Sean insisted on getting me. I wasn't planning on buying all of this, but I was interested in the system, and then Sean went, "Hey, I'm getting this for you." Ragnarok, Fate of the Norns, really neat system. I played a quick combat of, and I really liked the flow of it. It's a diceless system that uses these runic tokens instead that you draw from the bag, and have certain and like different crunch levels where there's where you use a token for an action, or you match the symbol on the token to an action your character has, or you do that and then you do combos with colors and amplifying and targeting multiple people. So we got the core rulebook, I got an adventure, I got a bunch of extra stuff, and then they also had a novel-styled translation of the Norse Eddas, with beautiful illustrations. And then this is a game from them that comes with more of the same tokens, and they recommended as, it's another small game that's only a little bit more than the tokens themselves, and they recommend having 2 bags, one for the GM and one for the players, which makes sense, having played it, and I fully believe that. And they're like, it's $30 and you get a nice game. And I got this little pouch, which now holds all of my fate dice, which it's got my normal fate dice on there, on the top there, but like there's some really nice ones I got towards the bottom. And this is my normal bag. I've had this for ages. It was a beautiful gift to me a while ago. It's got a bunch of nice new dice in there, and I was gonna show them, but I also don't want to open this up and run out of time. I bought this, Casket Land by Mary Enger. I really hope I'm pronouncing her name right. She was really nice. I purchased a pack with a little patch GM screen, and the whole thing. It's powered by the Apocalypse, post-apocalyptic system that uses water as a resource, and it's really neat. And then there is this, No Honor Among Thieves, one of my favorite games. Everything's on reverse, and I don't know how to change that. Kickstarter promo pack with a bunch of extra things like metal coins, extra legendary thieves, Necromancer's Crypt, Animal Companions, really neat. And then this, it's a bestiary. This is a promo that was handed to me by some people. It just has the Elder Eyes, which are like Beholder adjacent thing. It's 5e compatible, though I don't really run 5e. It was free, and it's a really neat thing that also has plot hooks and stuff about like what this thing with monster might do, and they had other books and really neat stuff. Okay, hope I went fast enough. I also got my copy of No Honor Among Thieves signed by the designer. I really love that game, and I highly recommend it to everyone. Think like Ticket to Ride and a little bit of Munchkin, but exemplifying the co-op aspects of Munchkin to a higher degree, while also making it more actually competitive instead of dickish competitive. Okay, I think I got everything. Yeah. There was a lot of really, really cool stuff this year. And I got to hang out with a lot of friends who I mostly knew from the internet before. Yeah. It was a really good PAX. And I really hope, or I intend to go next year, and I hope I can see friends again, I hope like all the people I saw are able to make it again, and I would highly recommend anyone watching this to go to PAX Unplugged, the tabletop gaming offshoot of PAX, where you can play games and meet designers and talk games, and they have a board game library. Speaking of which, Sean bought a game called Eschaton, and I think I'm pronouncing that right. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. About two cult leaders about cult leaders, I believe it's up to 5 players, trying to gain the favor of the Dark Lord before he brings Armageddon upon the world. And only the best, or only the strong will survive and walk with the Dark Lord while everyone else dies. And I beat him 87 to 31 points. He's played the game before and I hadn't. And by the time we just decided to call it, I controlled the whole board and had won through all of the omens that were out so far. We weren't even halfway through the deck. And we were just kind of like, this isn't gonna turn around. I feel like there must have been something about like lowering the amount of cards in the event deck for something like that, because it was taking ages. And I swear it can't be meant to take that long. We weren't delaying or anything. But yeah, that pretty much covers everything. It was a really good PAX. For some reason, I'm not getting the limit warning. Maybe because I finally figured out how to set it to send video to my my SD card instead of my internal storage on my phone. I'm very tired. And yeah, it was a good PAX. Yeah. Have a good night, everyone. I'm gonna go conk out.